Cara, you haven't met my name's Scott. Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Over to you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michelle Curtis. I'm a Relationship Manager with ANZ, and we are team to Alcazar. We'd like to start by thanking you for reviewing our project, and we're very excited to present to you today, so thank you for your time. I will soon ask the team to introduce themselves also, and I'd just like to let you know we want to know a little more about you also. So we'd like to play a quick icebreaker game as well, but more about that in just a moment. Over to you, Scott.
I'm Scott. I'm a Senior Project Manager for Ant Control.
I'm Michelle. I'm a Commercial Manager for Centennial Coal.
I'm Kane. I'm the Mechanical Testing Manager for Verico.
Also in our team is Joe Dowling. He's a lawyer at Port of Newcastle. So about this game, we've created a little game called How Newy Are You? How it's going to work is we're going to run through a series of questions. If the answer for you is yes, kindly raise your hand. We're going to tally the answers, and there's a very newy prize for the winner. A Newcastle snow. Not to mention bragging rights as being the most newy amongst us here today. Any questions? First question. Have you ever been overseas and called the ferry to Stockton? Second question. I accept a few hands for this one. Have you had a meal at either Subu, Scratchley's, or Restaurant Mason? Just as I thought. Are you a graduate of the University of Newcastle?
You win.
Great. Have you attended either Maitland Markets or Newcastle Farmers Markets? Have you been to either the Newcastle Museum or the Newcastle Art Gallery?
Sorry,
All
I
that.
missed that one.
What was that one? For all that.
Hold on.
Have you walked on the Fernley Track or been through Glenrock State Lagoon National Park? And I might award a bonus mark for this one. Have you caught an international flight from the Newcastle Airport? Ah. Very good. We'll just quickly tally up. Kari.
We rigged it. We rigged it because you're the incoming chair.
We'd like to share a little about the journey that we've been on for this project. In the beginning, we did our sums and realised we were the only team of 5 in a group of teams of 6. Now, not wanting to view that as a disadvantage, I got busy with creating our 6th team member. Our little bun's also female, so our team's gender diversity target has also been achieved. Unfortunately, and despite best efforts, we weren't able to convince Joe's fiancée to change the date of the wedding that she dreamed of since being a little girl. So their wedding went ahead as planned last weekend. They're currently honeymooning in Thailand, so we'll have virtual Joe join us here today. As proud Novocastrians, we quickly bonded over our passion for Newcastle on this topic, acknowledging that Newcastle does have some challenges around perception, and that is holding us back from being a global second city. But we know that Newcastle offers an enviable lifestyle, incomparable geographical, cultural and economic strengths, and see that Newcastle will be the leader in advanced industry with world-class capabilities in engineering, innovation and technology. Kane will expand further upon our brand and the strategy for existing residents of Newcastle and new residents of Newcastle that will move in the near future. As a team, we wanted to call upon an ASX 200 listed company that could leverage off our unique port facilities, our defence capabilities, and also fit well into our community. We chose the company Austal, and Michelle will expand further upon this and our rationale for doing so. Joe will talk through our 2-stage implementation plan and feasibility so that we can welcome Austal to our fair shores before we know it. And And finally, we will all discuss the benefits for Austell relocating their East Coast headquarters here to Newcastle, benefits for the company, for government, for academia, for business, and also for the community. Through our research and consultation with various business and government groups, the message we heard loud and clear was actually having an ASX 200 listed company move here to Newcastle, aside from NRB, who was born and bred here, was no mean feat. If it was easy, there'd be more here, that's for sure. However, we believe we've solved many of the hurdles that Austell may present and solved some of the challenges so they can come here. To introduce our city to Austell and the board and their employees, we have asked Out of the Square Media to prepare a short video for us to introduce the city that we know and love.
Thanks, Michelle. I still love watching that video. It shows our city is a wonderful, wonderful place. However, ask anyone from outside Newcastle and they'll tell you that our city is a dirty, blue-collar, steel city. Who can blame them? We've earned that perception through being the best at making steel and mining coal, two vital industries of the 20th century. And we're still the largest coal exporting port in the world. To shape this image, we have developed an identity and positioning concept to unite and inspire the Newcastle region and to promote the Newcastle region as a global second city. The concept is designed to resonate with the current population and builds upon the region's current strengths and advantages while enhancing our current identity rather than seeking to replace it. Newcastle's enviable lifestyle is core to our identity. It is one of our strengths. Newcastle offers a wonderful climate, fantastic beaches, a beautiful harbour, the Hunter Valley Winery is just a stone's throw away, and great access to capital cities. So what about the people? Newcastle's heavy industrial heritage has built a highly capable, skilled workforce. We're good at keeping industry going and mines running. We have a network of world-class businesses that have been providing solutions to these key industries for generations. So what do we do with this amazing support network? What do we do with this amazing, highly skilled, innovative, hard-working people and businesses? The answer is to leverage the population's skills and capabilities for industries of the future. Advanced industries where Newcastle can excel through our geographical advantage and technological know-how. Advanced industries provide high-quality jobs and significant economic and social benefits for the region. Advanced industries require workers with strong science, technology, engineering and mathematics backgrounds, but also require skilled trade staff to bring those high-tech designs into finished products. Newcastle will build our reputation as a leader in advanced industries through university and industrial partnerships, but most importantly by getting the right companies to come to our region. This provides the conditions advanced industries require to prosper. Innovation, after all, is born out of necessity. Combining the region's strengths in lifestyle and our people's skills and capabilities and our aspirations for the future forms our identity and positioning concept to promote Newcastle as a global second city. Offering an enviable lifestyle, incomparable geographic, cultural and social strengths, Newcastle will be Australia's leader in advanced industry with world-class capabilities in engineering, innovation and technology. To link the community to the positioning concept, we have developed a brand and visual representation for the Newcastle region. Novocastrians are proud people, and the importance of creating a brand that born and bred Newcastle people can relate to was of critical importance. The brand This Is Your Newcastle is designed for individual interpretation, creating your own link between the region and the brand. This Is Your Newcastle builds on a sense of ownership of the region and home for your future and the play on castle. creates a sense of home and belonging and a bright outlook for the future. The brand is extremely versatile, as seen in the promotional video. Separating the "This is your" allows for refreshing takes to be used in unlimited promotional applications. It's designed to be attractive to new and existing residents. "This is your Newcastle, home for the future" is a brand, but also an idea that the whole region can embrace. A brand to represent Newcastle as a global second city, and a brand to attract an ASX 200 company to establish their new East Coast headquarters in our region. Now I'm going to hand you over to Michelle, who's going to introduce Austell as that company.
We wanted to find a company that straddled the line between traditional manufacturing and advanced technology. We floated around many ideas, and the company that we chose was Austell, a global advanced shipbuilding company with expertise in military and commercial vessels. Austell ships are on the forefront of technology, and they're recognised for leading-edge systems and designs. We know they are a good choice, as they've achieved tremendous success in recent years. They have a strong growth trajectory, and they are focused on 4 main business priorities for 2020, one of which is research and development. Currently, they are based in Henderson, Western Australia. They also have other facilities in the Philippines, Cairns, Vietnam and the USA. These facilities focus on discrete manufacturing. However, we find Newcastle to be the perfect location for their new headquarters on the East Coast, their Newcastle, giving them an abundance of potential to fulfil their investing priority in R&D for 2020. Due to the constraints at Henderson, they can now concentrate on research and development and integration right here in the city. Newcastle's existing strong reputation as an engineering centre of excellence and utilising a hub of human capital would provide them with the skill set needed to see this to fruition. Locating their systems integration fit-out works in here in Newcastle will free up the Henderson facility, and so they can focus on their manufacturing throughput. The region here is recognised as a hub of defence innovation and is set to further develop in this space with the Astra Aero Lab. With this being said, we see that Austell can expand on their innovation, systems integration and automated engineering based right here in the city. Their presence in Newcastle helps to cement the city as a home of advanced industry. Newcastle is the hub. It is connecting the spokes to other regions such as Port Stephens, the Hunter Valley and northern New South Wales. We intend to unite the community behind this vision. You only have to look at the reputation Austell has when it comes to corporate social responsibility to see that they are very well placed to have a home in Newcastle. Integration with communities in their existing sites shows a testament what they would provide to this region. Integration programs such as Austell Giving promotes mental and physical health. Engaging in sporting events and training in schools are just a few ways to show how they will establish trust with the Novocastrians. Austell also has a program called the Pink Ship Initiative, which is aiming to increase women in their business to 25%. In the past, Austell's industry has a reputation for being male-dominated. I also work in a male-dominated industry, so I'm very passionate about this. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. So I find it really exciting to have a company such as Austell in Newcastle to support women and just to promote them into the future, into their industry. And I feel it's a real cultural change for Newcastle and it's a really good paradigm shift. So I will now hand you over to Virtual Joe to explain the implementation and feasibility plan.
Our vision for Austell in Newcastle draws on Newcastle's infrastructure advantages, including the deep water port, investment in infrastructure including the Newcastle Light Rail and Airport, and connections to major freeways. This will support the connection of businesses around the city and the university, turbocharging the development of advanced industry in Newcastle. We see Austell's presence here as creating an ecosystem where businesses in advanced industry can support each other, develop complementary capabilities, and promote competition and innovation. Newcastle is an engineering and advanced industry centre of excellence with a world-renowned engineering faculty and a long history of successful engineering and manufacturing firms. Austell is the perfect fit to help propel this to the next level. Aside from design and R&D, Austell's onboard facility at Dyke Point would be an ideal site for systems integration work. Manufacturing would occur in Vietnam or the Philippines, with complex fit-out and systems integration taking place right here in Newcastle. This would create an immediate pipeline of high-value work for Austell. Newcastle will provide Austell with a strong pool of local talent and graduates to draw on, particularly in engineering. Newcastle needs to achieve a global presence and awareness to support its growth into the next phase, and Austell's presence here will help to attract interstate and global talent. Newcastle will be the perfect location for professionals to live and work. Having an advanced industrial ASX 200 company like Austell in Newcastle will provide a means to deepen industry ties to the university. We see Austell as a key supporter and participant in the university's new innovation hub, and we see opportunities for partnership in research and expanding the University of Newcastle Defence Innovation Advisory Group. Austell is a rare example of an Australian-born and bred defence company that has achieved exceptional global success, and we think it is a perfect fit for Newcastle, the new home of advanced industry. When we started looking for a site for Austell, there was a huge range of options, with shiploads of vacant land around the port. Ultimately, however, we think that we have found the clear and natural choice for Austell's home, Dyke Point at Carrington, which you can see on the behind. The site is largely vacant and in need of a stable, long-term tenant. As you can see, the site is literally metres from the city centre of Newcastle, giving it a proud and prominent location and offering Austell a high degree of visibility to locals and visitors alike. The site also enjoys unrivaled views back across to the city. We see the site being developed into a thriving campus, much in the same vein as campuses operated by large tech corporates. The Dyke Point campus will be the most desirable place to work in Newcastle. Although the site is still very close to the city by road, because it's only a stone's throw across the channel from the city, our long-term vision would be to develop on-water transport to and from the site for staff and visitors alike. We want to see Austell staff, university researchers and students going back and forth by water from the site to the Uni Innovation Hub. We would like to see Austell move here as soon as possible, and stage one of our plan for their move involves leasing the existing site and facilities. We see Austell being able to open up shop in Newcastle within 12 months. From there, stage two would involve construction of Austell's permanent home, a brand new facility which is costed at just over $40 million, including a custom R&D and systems integration facility with lifts and cranes to service the existing slipways, as well as ample office space. We've assessed the high-level cost for leasing and construction of the eventual site. In addition, we've also considered general staff relocation costs for each stage, as shown on the slides. We believe that Austell, being in a strong financial position, is well placed to self-fund the development prior to receiving any government grants or assistance. I'll now hand back to Scott to further discuss the benefits of our plan for Newcastle.
Thanks, Virtual Joe. So, I guess we've heard the benefits that Austell will bring to, or will get from being in Newcastle. We'd now like to explore the benefits that the region would see by having Austell come to Newcastle and establish headquarters on Dyke Point. So, to realise our vision, we need to ensure that we've got the buy-in from all of the region's various economic driving forces, and those are business, government, the community and the academia. So the only way we can address the needs and wants of each is to enable and to encourage and foster the collaboration between those parties. So a couple of examples between local and state government to have better and streamlined development consent, and also for expeditious dispute resolution so we don't end up with another situation like the Stockton erosion. Another example would be between business and academia, and that would encourage jobs growth, and it would also aim to target and mitigate last year's focus, which was mitigating the brain drain from Newcastle. The other one would be between business, government and the community, and that is to ensure that we maintain our thriving social and cultural ecosystem that makes the quintessential lifestyle, enviable lifestyle that Newcastle is, and our brand is centred around. That multiplicity of voices all sharing and working towards the common purpose, which is achieving the best possible future for our great city. So I'm going to move on to business, and as Joe mentioned in the movie, and also when we sat down with yourself and Dr. Anthony Bill, one of the key takeaways for us was getting business density, and achieving that critical mass, you know. The more businesses, the greater the population, so that means that there's more people in our city consuming goods and services, an increase in government revenue, and hopefully some of that comes back to us in government spending. We also understand that by having Austal or any ASX 200 company for that matter is not going to be an instant fix and bridge the gap. It's only a stepping stone, and hopefully it's going to open the eyes for larger corporates to move to Newcastle and put Newcastle really on the radar for those trying to establish their home for the future. Again, it's not all about big businesses though. It's also really great for supporting industries and also indirectly connected supporting local businesses who benefit from the presence of big business. Local businesses like cafes and movie theatres and stuff that survive on the patronage from the population, you know, would obviously see an increase in revenue by having more people around to consume their services. We also had a great discussion with Greg Gosha, who's the General Manager of Talus. We learnt that there's an opportunity to have a business that, businesses that are historically competitors could seek to create mutually beneficial common user model like they use on Garden Island, but established over in the vacant land next to Talus. And Michelle, you're probably familiar with that site. It's directly across the harbour from your office.
I also happen to have been on the board of the Port Corporation for
There you
6
go.
years, so I'm very familiar with the sites.
Excellent.
I may have been around when they built the shed.
That's great. So a co-funded common user specialist ship handling facility would allow Austal to expand its presence in Newcastle, and it could complete bespoke ship repair works that are complementary to its research and development and systems integration profile that they're trying to launch. So, Michelle, would you like to take us through government?
Yeah, sure. So through our research, we learned that whilst all levels of government have positive agendas and outlook for Newcastle, differing agendas and some bureaucracy has led to a state of inertia and a lack of government grant availability. Listed companies need to make money, however, for shareholders, that much is very clear, and they tend to invest where they're incentivised to do so. Austal currently has over $62 million available in government grant funding in the US for the expansion of their Alabama facility, and they were able to negotiate federal funding assistance in WA for their Henderson expansion. So it's little wonder why they invest their money in these locations, and then the region around benefit from jobs creation. The New South Wales Greater Newcastle Metropolitan Plan 2036 has been created and presents a holistic vision for the next 15 to 20 years for Newcastle. It states,
Metropolitan cities succeed and perform best when all tiers of government collaborate and work together with business, industry and the community to deliver a shared vision for their city.
collaboration is important. The report also sets out the need for diversification of the port, capitalising on the rising demand for export of goods. We are very well located to Asia, and with Garden Island facilities currently at capacity and competing with cruise lines, we could well be an alternative also for the Royal Australian Navy to set up here with a little collaboration. That's the key. Our feasibility has been based on established syndicated facilities currently available to Austal, and they've currently got $50 million available to them. That's unreal. Not necessarily government grants, because we didn't want funding to be a prohibitive factor to Austal actually establishing here. But government grants would certainly be welcomed, and we're happy to pitch for them. And we're sure that they could negotiate these at the federal level, as they did in Henderson. The Newcastle Greater Region has gross regional product of $50 billion, which is driven largely by coal. Our vision is to look beyond coal and to be proactive around what could replace that in many years ahead. And we see that Austal and their complementary industries and supporting companies could be a replacement for our coal. I'll now hand it over to Michelle to talk more about potential partnerships with academic businesses.
When we think about academia, we see a strong relationship between the Newcastle University and defence. With that being said, a collaboration once again with Austal is an obvious choice when looking towards a positive contribution of growth of Newcastle and its people. A collaboration integration of research, education, partnerships and infrastructure creates a network of expertise for now and into the future. The I2N hub is located at the Aerospace Centre at Williamtown. It is a link for startups and small to medium enterprises, gaining support and stimulating the development of innovation. 6 new courses have been created by the University of Newcastle to develop and enhance innovation in engineering, cybersecurity and renewable energy. The expansion of the Defence Hub of Learning shows a commitment to growing the economy, further engaging in stakeholders and boosting participation with business, government and industry. This next generation of people are our future, looking to where Newcastle can have a bright new look and feel, renewed desire for technology and innovation. Our vision for Austal's R&D headquarters directly assimilates with these commitments, and they can leverage these capabilities from their new home in the city. As previously mentioned, Austal's R&D business priority for 2020 it's easy to see why establishing in Newcastle is a smart strategic decision. They will have at their fingertips access to facilities and a new skill set of people. They will have room to expand their vision and opening up new capabilities, economies of scale within the Defence Hub space and possible collaboration with the Australian Maritime College. Significant opportunities will be here for Austal to collaborate with the university precedent for future growth. It is a place where they can and they will be supported in their next phase of expansion, creating development in a centre of excellence. Growth in employment and opportunities for women also in Newcastle, as well as diversity and cultural blending for Austal. This is a smart blend which creates an innovation ecosystem, another catalyst for the Hunter region to reinvent itself. This plays a key role to attracting other leading ASX companies towards a pathway for growth in the engineering sector in Newcastle. So MC, what's your thoughts on community?
Well, it's important for our team to call upon a company to establish here that would fit into our Newcastle way of life. And we were discussing how great it would be sitting at the brewery on a Sunday afternoon, having a sneaky one or at scratch legs, and seeing Austal ships moving in amongst the port with the coal ships and the Carnival cruises and those sorts of things. Like, how proud we feel as a city to see that. As a means of pitching to Austal employees, we also conducted an online survey because we want to attract and also retain the best of riders here in Newcastle. Unsurprisingly, when we asked what people would do if they had more time in their week, not spent commuting as they do in Sydney, and the key responses were around spending more time with family and friends, spending more time out in nature and well-being, so reducing stress and better mental health are some of the key things that they were looking to achieve. Newcastle clearly offers that in spades, which I hope kind of resonated with you through our quiz earlier on. To be a global second city though, we can't just rely on the company alone. We've also come up with an idea to put Newcastle on the map, and I'll pass back to Virtual Joe once again to explain that concept.
Central to uniting business, government, academia and the community behind our vision, with the establishment of a global business event that will help put Newcastle on the map and be something that people here will be proud of and look forward to each year. Our event is the Newcastle Defence and Technology Conference, NDTC. Initially, we want to leverage off the existing annual Hunter Defence Conference, which is a successful event, but very much a small-scale domestic event. We'll seek to scale up and transform this event in 2 ways. Firstly, by expanding the event beyond the confines of a purely defence event to include a broader technology focus. Secondly, by making it a global event. NDTC will aim to be inclusive. Although defence-centric, the event will be inclusive of all advanced industry, businesses and researchers. NDTC will also be inclusive of the community. We want the community to be proud of the event and look forward to it each year and the technological and economic advancement that comes with it. NDTC will have broader flow-on effects too, as it builds the infrastructure, such as event spaces, accommodation, tourist attractions, flight connections, as well as the behaviours, like collaboration and innovation. This will support further events and innovation in the region more broadly. I'll now hand back to Scott to conclude.
Thanks again, Virtual Joe. How good is he? Doesn't miss a word. Okay, so I'll wrap up very quickly. Our vision to make Newcastle a global second city, I think, is pretty clear. Well, I don't think, I know it's pretty clear. We need to continue to promote Newcastle for what it is. Newcastle absolutely offers the enviable lifestyle, incomparable geographical, cultural and economic strengths, and it will be Australia's leader in advanced industry with world-class capability in engineering, innovation and technology. Kane explained the need to eradicate the historical stigma around Newcastle and its image. We need to encourage big business that Newcastle is a prominent, viable and thriving ecosystem in which they can establish their East Coast home for the future. Michelle and Joe covered off on by having Austell established in Newcastle, they'd be meeting one of their 4 2020 business priorities, and that they'd also be capitalising on the highly skilled workforce that is already here in Newcastle. Austell have a strong leadership team, they have a steady pipeline of projects globally, and they have a strong financial position, as Michelle covered. We've also incentivised their establishment in Newcastle by negotiating a 5-year rent-free period for them on Day Island, thanks to Joe at Port of Newcastle, legal team. Excellent work, Joe. Austell's Newcastle will absolutely drive collaboration and competition amongst existing and emerging defence primes, businesses and supply chains locally. This will all happen with better collaboration between business, government and academia and the community. And as I mentioned, both businesses large and small will see the benefits from a thriving local economy. MC highlighted the need for collaboration through all levels of government in order to deliver the Greater Newcastle Metropolitan Plan 2036. And although they always have different agendas, we need to get those to the side so that the bigger picture can be seen. Michelle mentioned the various synergies between local research facilities, the utilisation of the Newcastle University Innovation Hub and the Astra Aerolab. We recognised early on that the company needed to fit within the lifestyle of Newcastle, and Austell values its people. It encourages its employees to engage with the community, and it also encourages workplace diversity. We can see great opportunity to leverage off HunterNet's Defence Conference by establishing the NDTC that Joe covered, which is a prominent global addition to the local calendar. Through our report and presentation, we've built a compelling case and solve for some of the hurdles Austell may present with their move here. Judges, we call on you as prominent Novocastrians to promote this idea and to start the conversations needed to encourage the collaboration. And so you can all realise this is your town, your opportunity, your home for the future, and most importantly, this is your Newcastle. Thank you.